I want to be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague, we all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name, all our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be, living in a time where disease is on every screen, I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering, negativity is a plague for the mentally weak, no mercy, all I got is working, never stop searching, never quite so thirsty, I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic, you can't stop it, it's been chronic, since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic,
built to last with the webs I'm weaving, I could change the past with all I'm achieving, got my foot on gas, never stop competing, if you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em, make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em, if you take off the cast, you can see all the healing, if the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas, no, never stop competing, yeah.
I've been doing this, I'm on it, I just wanna be iconic, sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it, you know that I'm always honest, stay away from those who are toxic, keep them out your face, no way, you don't want it, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy, the enemy is everything, it's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease, but I won't let it get to me, I don't need your therapy, I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity, come on, we can fight this, freedom is priceless, spread just like a virus, living in a crisis, do you feel courageous, do you seek greatness, trust me you can take it, go on and take your aim, yeah.
Built to last with the webs I'm weaving, I could change the past with all I'm achieving, got my foot on gas, never stop competing, if you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em, make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em, if you take off the gas, you can see all the healing, if the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas, no, never stop competing, yeah.
Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to the Betting Pros NBA live stream. I'm Mike Randall. You can follow me on Twitter at Randall Rant. We've had a very successful run here with NBA props. So we're going to come back today with sides, totals, and props. And of course, I know why you're here, because of the autographed Dennis Rodman Chicago Bulls jersey that we're giving away to one lucky viewer. Not an April Fool's Day joke, folks. One subscriber to the Betting Pros channel is going to be walking away with this incredible piece of NBA memorabilia. You remember The Last Dance. You remember Rodman. Incredible offer here, courtesy of Pristine Auction. Subscribe to the Betting Pros channel right now. Do it. Make a comment in the chat, and that's it. We're going to pick one lucky person at the end of this live stream to claim that prize. Make sure you stick around as well. We are taking a look at tonight's slate, a wonderful full NBA slate. There's only about 5 or 6 games left in the NBA season. Teams are jockeying for position. They're trying to get seedings. Some are trying to tank. Where can we find the values? We're going to take a look right now. Make sure to check out bettingpros.com for all the great articles. And, of course, check out Betting Pros app. My picks will be in there as well. You should put yours in there and track as well. Folks, it's a Friday. Happy Friday. Let's take a look around the league and see what we can get here. Remember, we're going to be here Wednesdays and Fridays for the remainder of the NBA season. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. The books I'm going to use, as always, DraftKings, FanDuel, PointsBet, BetMGM. We always shop around. And don't forget the new users to BetMGM, $10 on any event. You win $150 in free credits regardless of the outcome of the bet. Just have to use that promo code JUICE150 at sign up. The link can be found in the video description or pinned in the live chat. As the Joker says, and here we go. First game, smash spot for the Celtics. Boston minus 14.5 versus Indiana minus 110 on DK. Indiana, third worst defensive efficiency the past 2 weeks, only ahead of the Clippers and the Lakers. Pacers have the second worst defense in the last month, ahead of only Portland. Seriously? Yes, the Trailblazers. Perfect recipe for Boston, folks. They're in it. They are looking like an NBA champion. They're looking like a team on a mission. The defense has been incredible this year. Top defensive team in the league. We know that. And now they're coming off two, not one, two consecutive losses to Toronto, where they rested everyone, and Miami, where they did not. Celtics have covered 6 of 7, even the Toronto game when they lost. Before not covering that last matchup with the Heat, they are ready. They are not losing 3 games in a row. The Celtics need this game. They need to get back in their winning ways. I understand there's not going to be Robert Williams. That's going to hurt. He is out with the injury, but they have Tatum, Brown, Marcus Smart, Derek White. Al Horford should be a fine substitute inside. Pacers haven't covered in 6 of 8, except for that home game against Denver, and of course, the Trailblazers. Celtics are not only good on defense, folks, but they have the second best offensive rating in the last month. In the last few games, the Celtics have shown the ability to win big spreads. I know we get nervous here late in the season covering big spreads, but this is a Celtic team that is peaking at the right time. They beat Utah at home by 28. They beat Denver by 20, Sacramento by 29, and the Warriors by 22. Everything adds up to a big win here. Boston needs this game, especially after losing 2 straight, right in the Middle Eastern Conference race with 5 games left. They can't slip up here, and they won't slip up here. Celtics are going to win this one from start to finish, and we're laying 14.5 for our first pick against the Indiana Pacers. Next up, Houston plus 3.5 versus Sacramento minus 110 on DK. People don't like this game because these two teams don't have great records. That's exactly why we like it. There was a 121-118 exciting battle in Houston won by the Kings just a couple days ago. Now let's do that flip-flop approach and take the home underdog here against the Kings. You have a Kings team that's only 17-19-2 against the spread on the road. Very mediocre. I'm taking a shot here that Alfredo Sengun is going to play. He's questionable with a leg injury. If the big man plays, it's a huge benefit to the Rockets, who almost beat Sacramento without him a couple nights ago. Sengun had 27-7 against Portland, 12-7 in Monday's 3-point home loss to the Spurs, a Spurs team that is much better than the Sacramento team. Rockets almost covered even without Sengun in the last game, with 30-point performances from KPJ, Kevin Porter Jr., and Jalen Green, who's been fantastic. Both should see big minutes here. This is a coin flip game. I'm going to grab the 3.5 points with Houston. All I want to hear in about an hour and a half is that Sengun is going to play, and this line will go the absolute other way. So we're going to take Houston plus 3.5 for Sacramento. Again, folks, make sure to put those comments and questions in the chat. We will get to them as we go through it. Third game, Denver at home, minus 2.5 versus Minnesota, minus 110 on Bet365. Folks, I trust the Joker. I trust Nikola Jokic, and I trust Denver at home in the altitude here more than I trust the Timberwolves on the road. Minnesota has failed to cover 4 of their last 5 games. Denver has won 4 or 5 straight up. The Nuggets are rolling, and they have a lot of motivation in this game. Not only do they want to make sure to get their spot that they want in the Western Conference playoffs, but Jokic is steamrolling towards the MVP. He is moving forward. He is taking it. He's the lead now in terms of a betting favorite for MVP, ahead of Joel Embiid, and that matters. They are going to feed the best player in the NBA. They're going to get him the points. They're going to get him the ball against a Minnesota team that is not great on defense. A lot of aggressive help off the screens. They give up a lot of bombs from 3-point range. Wouldn't be surprised if Jokic had a couple tonight as well. I love Denver in this spot. It's a low spread. It's a close game. I understand that, but I think Denver is the better team. I think they have the home court advantage. I think they have the better player. How about the Nuggets for our third game, minus 2.5 versus Minnesota, minus 110 on Bet365. And our last game for the side here, love this one. Oklahoma City. Yes, we're rolling with the Thunder at home, getting 5 against Detroit. Detroit has been fantastic lately with the defense, but they're starting to rest their players. It's almost like they were excited about competing, and then they said, hold on a minute. We got to back off and make sure we tank a little bit to keep our record where it needs to be. Cade Cunningham has been on fire, but he's been battling through injuries. I would not be surprised if you hear in an hour or so that Cade Cunningham is sitting. That's exactly what we want to hear when we're getting 5 points with a home dog. No Olynyk, no Bagley, no Joseph. All 3 of those players are out tonight, so there's no depth whatsoever. I do not think we're at a point, folks, in the NBA where the Pistons should be favored by 5 points on the road against anyone. They have played well. They've played well at home. I like this Oklahoma City team a lot, and I like what they've been doing lately. You're going to have Theo Maledon, who's been playing very well. He's got draw. He's attacking off the dribble. He's scoring. Podziemski should be fantastic, playing, getting some time as well. Jeremiah Robinson Earl is back. He should have an increased minutes limit. So I think this is an Oklahoma City team that is trending in the right direction, and I think it's the Piston team that takes a step back right now on the road. Easily the Thunder could win this game if you want to sprinkle in a money line. I'll grab the 5 points. I expect it to be 3.5 by the time it gets tipped off. So those are our 4 picks here for the sides. We have Boston minus 4.5 and a smash spot at home against Indiana. We have Houston getting 3.5 in the second consecutive game at home against the Kings. We have Denver minus 2.5 in a critical game for the Nuggets at home against a good Timberwolves team that's right next to them in the standings. And we have Oklahoma City getting 5 points against Detroit. Question here, what do you think about the total in the Minnesota-Detroit game? I got it at 234 last night, but it's up to 242 in DK currently. It's enticing to jump back in on the under, so you're looking to middle. See, the interesting thing here is I think this is going to be a fast-paced game. Minnesota wants to play fast, Kobe. They want to get up and down the floor. Jokic has been on fire. And the thing is, the Timberwolves do give up a lot of threes. One of the props I have, which I did not pick here, but I am looking at it, is Monte Morris over on his three-pointers, as well as Jokic over on his three-pointers. So I think it's actually going to be a high-scoring game. I like that it's going in that direction. I personally would not hit the under on this because I think it could be a lot of points. I get it. If it gets up to 245, 246, then you're possibly looking at, going under there. But to me, I love that you got it at 234. I would like that over. I love the motion that it's going, and I wouldn't look to mid unless it got up to 245 because I think there's going to be a lot of points. This is a high-scoring, close game. Now let's go to our player props. Make sure our BettingPros cheat sheet is fantastic, hitting at 56 to 57% on the top 20 props here on the BettingPros cheat sheet. All you have to do, bettingpros.com/cheat sheet. Every day it's updated first thing in the morning, and throughout the day as the props become available, gives you some great values. First up, Brandon Ingram. We're going over 22.5 points, minus 110 on FanDuel. They are playing the Lakers. And before we jumped on here, I saw that both LeBron James and Anthony Davis are questionable. That worries me a little bit. I understand they could play, but suppose they do not. You have a New Orleans team that needs this game badly. Ingram has come back from his injury, and he's been on fire, scoring at a very rapid rate. 22.5 points is a safe number for me. I think he's easily around 25. You've seen in these spots, folks, where he goes against teams like the Lakers and he puts up 12, 14 points right away in the first quarter, and you can smile all the way home. Love what Brandon Ingram's doing. Pelicans are favored by 1 on the road in a game that they need. They want this home court advantage here in the Western Conference in that opening round. I'm taking Brandon Ingram over 22.5 points, minus 110 on DK. Second one, we hit it last time on Wednesday. We're going to keep at it. Why in the world would you fade Davion Mitchell? Davion Mitchell destroyed the world when he was playing Gonzaga with Baylor for the national championship and has just continued. No De'Aaron Fox for Sacramento, and Mitchell has been on fire. He's getting 35 minutes a game, sometimes 40 minutes a game. His usage is up. He's attacking the basket. He's getting double-digit assists. So we're going to go Davion Mitchell over 29.5 points plus assists, minus 115 on BetMGM. I don't like his points prop because the juice is a little high. We throw in the assists here. He's going against a very poor defensive team in Houston. He's played there. He played well against them 2 days ago. I don't see them locking him down. I see him playing well and Houston playing well. So it's a bonanza across the board. Davion Mitchell of Sacramento over 29.5 points and assists. I don't want to get into the rebounds, and I don't like the juice on the points there, so we'll take points plus assists over 29.5. Third one, time for an under. Mikal Bridges has enjoyed the best offensive output of his career recently, and he could be the defensive player of the year. He is averaging 25 points, rebounds, assists in each of the past 2 months. You look at his past 2 months, a lot of it was without Chris Paul, and he's at 25 points, rebounds, and assists. So you would think that I would like the over on 21.5 points, rebounds, assists against the Grizzlies. Not so fast. In 15 games without Paul this year, Bridges has done 17, 4, and 3, which is well over. But when he comes back in his career that he's played with Chris Paul, Bridges' numbers go down. Bridges with Chris Paul on the floor, 13.5 points, 4.3 rebounds, 2.1 assists. That equates to just 19.9 point rebounds and assists over 131 games. So I'm going to side here with the numbers that when Chris Paul's on the floor and now he's back, this number is still reflective to me of a Mikal Bridges when he did not have Paul rather than when he does. This season, in almost the same amount of games, 61. So a good sample size with Chris Paul. Bridges has regressed to his career average. 13.6 points, 4.3 rebounds, 2.1 assists. That puts him under. Tonight against the Grizzlies, who are resting everyone, it looks like. This could be actually a blowout in which you have the blowout risk. I'm going to go under here on Mikal Bridges, 21.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Next one of my favorites. Isaiah Stewart, a couple games ago, his three-pointers made over one half three was something at plus 700, plus 750 on many books. I got it there. I got it at plus 330 in the 2 games ago against the Nets. He hit not one but 2 in the first quarter to put it right away. Last night, it dropped to minus 105. He did not hit one against Philly. So now we're going to go on the road here against the Thunder, and I'm going to go back to it again. Isaiah Stewart, head coach, said he's going to be shooting more threes, and the box score shows that he is. Over one half three-pointers made, minus 105 on DK. I think Stewart's good to get one in. I like that he had 2 attempts the other night. It just didn't get in for him, but he is playing big minutes. I told you before, no Olynyk. I told you players are going to be out in this game, so it looks like Stewart's going to get some run against the Thunder. Not exactly worried about their defense. Let's say Stewart hits one tonight, get some nice money, even at negative juice, minus 105 on DK. 3 left for you. Bobby Portis under 17.5 points. This is our BettingPros cheat sheet at its finest. We have Bobby Portis projected for about 12 points tonight. Under 17.5 points, minus 110 on DK for Portis with the Bucks. The Bucks are resting everyone. The Clippers are resting people. I just think the knee-jerk reaction is that means Portis is going to score. I don't know about that. I don't know if Bobby Portis is necessarily going to post 18 points. This number was at 18.5. I got it then. It dropped to 17.5 just as we started the live stream here, and I like it there as well. Bobby Portis under 17.5 points, minus 110 on DK. I'm completely fine with that. I think it's a good game with the Clippers. I think a lot of people are resting. I just don't think that equates to Portis posting 20 points tonight, so we'll sneak it under there. On the flip side, you have no Reggie Jackson. You have limited players, no Paul George tonight, no Nicholas Batum. I like Amir Coffey of the Clippers over 14.5 points, minus 115 on FanDuel. I like Coffey here. You saw that middle of the season when Amir Coffey was posting 20, 25, 30-point games. We've now had George come back. He's getting a rest. They're going on the road against Milwaukee. Milwaukee is resting people. This total is going up. I like that. Coffey is the king of the mid-range jumper for the Clippers. Amir Coffey over 14.5 points, minus 115 on FanDuel with the Clippers. Love that. And last but certainly not least, folks, for the Dennis Rodman giveaway, my last prop, it's a Kristaps Porzingis revenge game. Yes, it is. Kristaps Porzingis with Washington. They don't have Kyle Kuzma, so he's getting fed opportunities. And more importantly for this prop, he's getting fed minutes. Over 2.5 blocks and steals for Porzingis, plus 110 on DK. I like he's going to be active inside. I'm not concerned about Dwight Powell. I'm not concerned about Maxi Kleber on defense. I think Porzingis is ready for a revenge game. His points prop has gone up. His points, rebounds, and assist prop is in the low 30s. Not crazy about that with the juice, but this one I like. I need 3 blocks and steals. I think he's very active. I think he can easily get this, and I love the plus 110 on DraftKings. So plus 110 for Kristaps Porzingis. And here we go for the player props. Just to summarize on a Friday night, Brandon Ingram for the Pelicans out in LA over 22.5 points. Davion Mitchell, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, over 29.5 points and assists. Mikal Bridges on an under in a game that has blowout potential with Chris Paul on the court, under 21.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Isaiah Stewart to hit a 3 for the 3rd time in 4 games, minus 105 on DK. Bobby Portis playing well, but not scoring as much as Vegas thinks, under 17.5 points at home against the Clippers. Same game, different jersey. Amir Coffey over 14.5 points, minus 115 on FanDuel. And finally, Kristaps Porzingis, revenge game. Washington at home welcomes in the Mavericks. Little battle with him and Luka Doncic. Give me over 2.5 blocks and steals. Folks, it's time. The winner of our autographed Dennis Rodman jersey, courtesy of Pristine Auction, Kobe Kenny. Please get in touch with our customer support agents at mailbag@fantasypros.com. Proof of your YouTube account and subscription to the Betting Pros channel, and we will get you that jersey shipped out to you right away. Again, Kobe Kenny, congratulations, and please reach out to mailbag@fantasypros.com. Happy Friday, folks. It's a full weekend, NBA slate, NCAA basketball. Enjoy, and let's kick it off right tonight with some winners in the NBA. I'm Mike Randall for the Betting Pros NBA live stream.